Hey everybody, just want to give you a little tour of our pro editing workflow in DaVinci Resolve class. Here on our video course site, on the left we have all the different chapters, and on the right you can watch your lessons. We start with an introduction and a welcome. We have a section here to be able to download the project file and the media files. Then we go through a little bit of review of the Resolve layout, and we start diving into kind of the nitty-gritty stuff, answering those common questions like what page do I use for what? How does Resolve fit into the greater post-production workflow? Like what order do I do things? After that, we'll get into some essential settings, some keyboard shortcuts, and some organization tips to help you kind of get organized and move faster with your editing. Then we have quite a few lessons on editing itself, digging into concepts like storytelling and invoking feeling and controlling time. And then some more practical stuff like how to cut down lots of footage, how to get started editing, some workflow tips for editing, how to edit faster, how to make your edits more interesting. After that, we look at workflow tips when it comes to audio, how to sync audio, how to add music and mix it, how to record ADR. What are the need-to-know audio mixing techniques? How do we know how loud to make our videos? Then we jump into graphics. Everything from the concept of how to design tasteful graphics, making simple graphics in the edit page, and doing fancy animated graphics in Fusion, as well as some practical tips for better Fusion playback, how to create your own templates. And after that, we continue in Fusion with visual effects, looking at a couple simple visual effects you can do that'll just make your projects that much better. We go over some fancy pro stuff like color spaces in visual effects. We take a look at how to clone things, how to track things. We do a little exercise on adding fog to a shot, as well as just some general VFX workflow, making things play back well, that kind of thing. From there, we get into color grading, talking about concepts of color and why we color grade. And then I take you through a pretty simple color workflow that even if you're not super pro at color, will help you get some really good results really quickly. After that, we dive into rendering, looking at the deliver page and some essential render settings, as well as the rendering workflow that I use to make videos. And so these chapters, these are kind of the general tips, but then we put all of this into practice on 3 separate projects: a how-to video, a gaming video, and a documentary short film. You can download this footage and follow along with me every step of the way. And I give you a lot of freedom to kind of make your own decisions, make mistakes, and get messy. And I walk you through the major steps of creating a YouTube video like this, and making a gaming video, and creating a template in Fusion for the picture-in-picture. Then we dive into a project based on our short film Thug Life, and we do the entire process for that project, from starting with a blank timeline to adding B-roll, doing visual effects, color grading, and onto the final render. This course is designed from the ground up to just present some practical wisdom that we've learned over decades of combined video editing experience here at this studio. This is the kind of class that I think is really helpful and teaches you the kind of need-to-know stuff that people don't generally teach. This should be a ton of fun, and I hope you enjoy it a lot.